Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Michelle Surge.
Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to make my rainbow layered artist clay cake that I actually drew a while ago now. I want to see if I can make it look like my drawing and have one I can keep on my art desk. I've decided to put this video as my birthday video because it's my artist logo that I made and I love it. And last week I posted my Forever cupcakes that you can also buy on my eBay store, Shine Like a Star Mish. Okay, on to making my artist cake, and to see if it will look like my drawing of the rainbow artist layered cake. Before I make the artist clay cake, I need to make my paint palette logo that I have on my artist merch. I came up with this paint palette because it's everything I like in one. Little rainbow star paint on an A-shaped paint palette because it's the A in my artist logo. First I get some beige clay that I cut from a round circle cutter. Then I use a mini cutter to cut out the shape so it looks more like an A shape. Then I use my hands to make it more of a rounder shape. Then I get a big round cutter to go around the top of the A to make it the correct shape. Then I get a roller and smooth it all out. Then I use the big circle cutter again to make the correct shape. Then I use the roller to smooth the edges. Then I get my big roller to make sure it's all the same thickness. Then I get the clay paintbrush out and I see if the two sizes work together. It's not much of an A shape yet, so I keep working on it, smoothing the edges and making it look like the artist A on my artist merch logo. I smooth it all out, and now it's time to get the star rainbow paints to go on the paint palette. I start with the red and I go all the way around the paint palette. Orange, yellow, green, blue and purple, making sure I have them in the correct spot. Then I use the big circle cutter to make the top of the A a bit more sharper. Then I take off the rainbow star paints and I smooth out the paint palette again. I have to make sure it's all the correct shape before I start putting it all together. I put the rainbow star paints back on the paint palette and I push them all gently in a little. Then I get a small cutter to cut out the middle so it's an A shape. I carefully push it through and I fix the middle up a bit by smoothing it out. The hole was a little too big, so I get some more beige clay and I fill in half of the gap and I fix it up like nothing happened. And I put the paint palette to the side for now. Now I'm getting a long strand of brown clay to put around the paint palette so it has more details and matches my artist logo. I put it around the paint palette and I go all the way around, carefully pushing it and smoothing it all around. It kind of looks like a paint palette cookie. I get some more brown clay and I put it around in the middle. Then I take off the star rainbow paints so I can put more details on the paint palette with the brown clay. I push them on the paint palette and smooth them on so it looks like it belongs together. Now that the paint palette has all the details, it's time to put the rainbow star paints back on. I start with the red one. I push it in and I keep going through each rainbow colour. Orange, yellow, green, blue and purple. It looks pretty cool. My first artist clay logo. I turn it over and smooth it all. And I stand it up to see what it will look like on the artist cake. I fix it up a bit more and the paint palette is finished. And now it's time to cut out the rainbow circles to make rainbow layers in my cake. I have a lot of clay here and I cut one big circle of each rainbow colour and lots of pink circles to go in between each rainbow colour. It's actually really fun cutting out the circles because you get a perfect circle and the rest of the clay just comes right off. Now that they are all cut out, I get my clay lollipop container out and I pick some to go on my rainbow artist clay cake. Now I'm onto the rainbow clay paintbrush. I get some brown clay out and just like with the paint palette, I put the brown clay around the paintbrush for more details. I push it in all around and smooth it on. And I push in some little holes on the paintbrush so it matches the one in my drawing. Now that is finished, I have everything I need to make my rainbow artist clay cake. Now I have rainbow circles, lots of pink circles, the paintbrush, the paint palette, some big rainbow swirl lollipops, and a big rainbow strap. And here is my rainbow paintbrush with my rainbow paint palette, and I have rainbow pencils. Now I have everything ready, and now it's time to start putting together the rainbow layered artist clay cake. I move the paintbrush and the palette to the side so they don't get ruined while I make this big rainbow stack. I start with a pink base. I smooth it out a little, and then I get the purple one. I smooth that out, and then I put it onto the pink one, and I push them on and smooth them together. Now for blue and more pink, and you want to make sure every color is definitely connected to the other layers or it will just fall apart later. You don't want any gaps either. Now for green, and it's getting very heavy. There is a lot of kilos of clay I'm holding right now. I try to smooth the green one out, but it's too heavy. So I get my turntable out and hope having it on the turntable will help to smooth it. But I still have to hold it up, and it's even higher up now. I keep smoothing it out, but since it's not touching the turntable, there is no point for it. So I put it away, and I keep smoothing the green all the way around. I'm halfway. Now for another pink circle and yellow. I'm smoothing them all together. It's looking pretty cool. Now for another pink one and orange. I smooth those all the way around, making sure there is no gaps. And now for the final one, pink, then red, and the last pink on top. Then I get the turntable out again. It's way too heavy to hold all of it together, and with one hand without squishing it. Then I spend a while making sure everything is even and that it's smooth all the way around with no gaps. Now that all the layers are correct, it's time to get this big piece of pink clay and put it around the whole cake. I wrap it around like it's a big blanket for my cake. I push it in all the way around and I join it up together. I smooth it all out and I keep going for a while until it looks good. And while I'm making this rainbow layered artist clay cake, I get an order for my rainbow necklace, and it's the last one, so I stop the cake making for a bit to make more rainbow necklaces. I'm always doing more than one project at a time. Okay, back to this artist cake. Now it's time to decorate the cake. I start with the 2 rainbow twirl lollipops and I push them in the cake. And then I get the paint palette and I lean it on the lollipops because it's not thick enough to actually join it to the cake. But it's still standing even though I made this a few months ago now. I test the paintbrush on where I should put it. Then I push in the big round rainbow lollipop and then the big rainbow heart lollipops. And then I was thinking the paint palette is too thin to join it to the cake, and so is the paintbrush. I have another paintbrush, so I decide to push both of them together so it's a thicker one. And I put a lollipop stick in the middle of them so I can push it into the cake so it won't fall out. I push it into the cake, and now it's time for the rainbow pencils. I push each rainbow coloured pencil on the cake, and now it's time for the rainbow paint going down the cake. I get the red colour and I join it up with the orange. Then I take off the pencils because they are too thick and I need to make them a bit thinner, so you can see them all and that it matches my drawing. Then I join yellow, green, blue and purple together and I smooth them all together. It looks like a good rainbow paint, ready for my rainbow cake. I put the rainbow pencils back on the cake and then I carefully connect the rainbow paint to the paintbrush and down the cake. It was the hardest part because I had to make sure the colours joined up with the rainbow colours on the paintbrush and that it didn't break off because there is a lot of bends. But I did it, and now it's finished. My rainbow layered artist clay cake. But I still have to cut into it. Are you ready for this? Here is the photo of the drawing of the artist cake before I cut the cake, just in case the cut doesn't work, because there is a lot of clay in this cake. Hey guys, so this is my artist cake that I made, and it's just like the one that I drew, and I'm about to cut into it to see if that rainbow is actually in that cake. Let's try and cut it. It is so thick, I have to get Tim to cut it. And even he struggles. There is a lot of clay in this rainbow cake. One slice done, now for the other side. Okay, the other side is done now too. Now to take the slice out and see if it worked. Are you excited? We have a rainbow slice of cake. And here it is, a rainbow layered artist clay cake. And it actually worked. Just like my drawing. Hope I can smell the cake. And now that it's cut, here is the photo of the drawing of the artist cake with the now sliced into rainbow artist clay cake. What do you think? Is it cool? I like it. It's very me. Rainbow. Hey guys, so it's raining outside, so you might be able to hear it, but this is my rainbow artist cake, and it's actually got the same logo. I made the same logo on my artist cake, and I've actually got a drawing of it, and that was the drawing I did years ago, and then I decided to make it all out of clay. And if you open, there is the rainbow artist cake slice. There's my rainbow paint palette, my rainbow paintbrush with the paint stripe down the cake, my rainbow lollipops, my rainbow pencils, and the rainbow slice. I just then put all the details on it and on the inside. Tell me what you think in the comments. Does it look like my drawing? Bye guys! And here I am with the rainbow layered artist clay cake, and I'm holding the rainbow slice. And here is my mini version. I actually tested cutting into a mini version before I made the big one. That's how I got the idea of knowing I can actually make my drawing version. So once I knew I could cut into clay and that it worked well, I decided to make my artist cake. And here it is in front of my art desk, ready to be joined on my art desk, so you can see it in each week in my videos. And here I am holding the rainbow cake slice. After we cut the cake, I decided to push little details into the cake so it looks more realistic and it matches my drawing. Here is the rainbow layered artist clay cake. It has a big rainbow swirl lollipop, 2 rainbow twirl lollipops, 2 rainbow heart lollipops, a rainbow paint palette, a rainbow paintbrush, rainbow paint going down the cake, rainbow pencils, and rainbow layers inside the pink cake with a slice cut out, and it has details inside. And here is my rainbow artist cake drawing next to my rainbow clay artist cake. Do you think they look the same? The turntable even kind of looks like the stand in my drawing. My drawing of my rainbow layered artist cake turned into a clay version of my rainbow layered artist cake. My drawing came to life. And here is my drawing of the rainbow layered artist cake that I drew a while ago now on my Instagram, Cookie Mish Search. And now I have my 3D clay version I can keep on my desk behind me to be seen in upcoming videos. This is my birthday video. I wanted to post this for my birthday because it's my artist cake that I drew years ago that I wanted to come to life. So now I can keep it forever. Tell me what you think in the comments, and does it look like my drawing? And here's a blooper for you. Then I decided to make this bigger version, which looks just like my drawing that I drew many years ago. Really? From my drawing of an artist cake into a clay version of my artist cake. Don't forget to come back next week, because you know how I said there was another style of my crazy milkshakes I've been showing you that I could make? Well, it's finally here, and I can't wait to show you and see if it looks just like the others. It is the final style I have of this crazy milkshake, but there is many more crazy milkshakes to come that are completely different, including the biggest one I can make. And I hope you like my new social media intro. I got a new rainbow background and I added chocolate dripping with sprinkles up the top because I love making delicious art. Tell me what you think of it in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.
Wave to subscribers. Yeah. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Michelle Surge, and you can follow me on all my different social medias, Instagram and TikTok, which is Cookie Mish Surge, eBay, Etsy and Facebook, where you can buy all of my artist and music merch, Shine Like a Star Mish. Thanks for watching. Come back next week for another video, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to Michelle Surge. Bye guys.